Hello, everyone, and welcome to the O2 Arena here in Prague for the 2024-2025 Champions Hockey League draw. My name is Lindsay Hamilton. It is such a treat to join you once again to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the competition, as today will determine which teams face off in the CHL's regular season, with all the action beginning September the 5th. Now, today we're at the home of Sparta Prague, who make the return to the CHL since their last appearance in the 2022-2023 season. And they are one of over 100 teams the CHL has welcomed to the competition over the years. And this season, we welcome Anya Ontsvinshyn from Poland, who will be the 102nd team to participate in the CHL. Now, you may recall last season we launched a successful new format, and this year we've got a fresh and vibrant look to the CHL. Last season, we also saw a new champions crowned as Genève Servette broke the Nordic dominance, beating Skellefteå in the final last season. Now, teams from Sweden have won the CHL 6 times and Finland twice. But perhaps Genève's achievement last year will give teams this year a little bit of hope. So let's remind ourselves how Genève captured their first title.
Play to the front of the net, the backhander, they score! Barely space at the point in front, deflected, they score! The Geneva fairy tale continues.
Oh, exciting. All right. And who better to talk about this season than Carl Lahiste, CHL board member and the president of the CHL, Jürgen Lindgren. Jürgen, let's begin with you because, of course, today's draw, we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the CHL. Just how significant is this milestone?
Yeah, you can just see by the clips we saw ending the season that way, moving into the 10th season with the 10th anniversary. I think it's a huge milestone for us, and we established the Champion Hockey League as the European Premier Club competition, and we can see now that teams are really eager to play it. So I think it's looking backwards for the 10 years. I'm really proud of what I'm seeing now.
Looking towards the future. Love it. Now, Carl, 10 years is a remarkable achievement. What would you say stood out to you the most in the last decade?
It's been an impressive development of European club hockey, and it's not only crowning the best team in Europe, it's also growing the game of hockey in Europe, which is going to help us in the future. So it narrows the gap between the Nordic countries and the countries or the clubs from the continental.
Now, Jürgen, we mentioned that the CHL introduced a new format last season. What has stood out to you about the new format, and how do you see it continue to grow?
I think it was a good step. We could see that now looking back on the last season, that it actually, by having the same tableau for everything, you can see it gives another challenge for competing. You can see that when you win games, you can move yourself upwards, and we could see that really that made it easier for fans to read it, follow it, instead of having groups, and also for the teams going into different kind of games that you actually, by winning, you can move your way up to the playoffs.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know you'll be back on the stage in just a little bit. Once again, thank you, Jürgen, Carl. Appreciate it. And of course, we are getting close to the draw for the upcoming season. So first, let's take a look at the pot allocations and remind ourselves of the draw format. 24 teams will be grouped together during the regular season. Every team will play 6 different opponents once, 3 at home and 3 away from home, and all 24 teams will have their results combined into a single table. Now, the top 16 teams in the standings will then advance to the playoffs, with each team seeded in the bracket according to their regular season performance. The top seed will play the 16th seed, 2 will play 15, 3 will play 14, and so on. The bracket will not be reseeded after each round, so each club will know its potential playoff opponents right through to the final as soon as the regular season is over. Yes, is it a very exciting new format that took off last season? We have another thrilling campaign to look forward to. So now let's look at the teams that have qualified for this year's CHL and explain their pot allocations. There are 4 pots of 6 teams each, based on the strength of the national leagues according to the CHL ranking system, and the team's results from the recent domestic seasons. Because Genève Servette are the reigning European champions, the Swiss National League gets a fourth team in the draw, with 3 clubs coming from each of the Swedish SHL, German DEL, the Finnish Liga, the Czech Extraliga, and the mostly Austrian Ice Hockey League, which this season is also represented by Hungary's Fehérvár AV19. The CHL champions, together with the national champions of the 5 best-ranked leagues, featured in Pot A. Those teams will be drawn last, with the teams from Pot D being drawn first. Now, today's draw features teams from a total of 12 countries, but only 11 of the 24 clubs represented here today took part in last season's CHL. Now, as mentioned, we are celebrating 10 years of the CHL, and we would like to acknowledge the shareholder and challenger leagues, and of course, their teams who've helped make this vision possible. This vision was to create a premium club competition for the best European clubs to compete in. And commitment was needed from the shareholder leagues in Austria, Czechia, Finland, Germany, Sweden, and Switzerland ever since the launch of the CHL in 2014. So thank you for making this possible. Now, we're not far away from the draw. I hope you're all getting excited. We will be joined by 2 very special guests for our draw. But before we introduce them, we'd like to ask you, our viewers at home, to share your thoughts with us in our online poll. Now, we're asking which country you think the next CHL champions will come from. Can Genève keep the crown for Switzerland? Or will perhaps one of the Nordic teams regain their dominance? And you can visit championshockeyleague.com right now to cast your votes from home and join in on the conversation, and we'll present the results a little later in the show. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the CHL brings together top talent from around the world. And over the years, we've had players who've cemented their place in history. With this season, be no different. Yes, stars will be born once again this season. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by 2 superstars, one who brings the worlds of both football and ice hockey together, and the other a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. Please welcome the former Arsenal and Chelsea goalkeeper, Petr Cech. Petr had a decorated 15-year career, playing over 400 Premier League games and representing Czechia 124 times. Following his retirement from football, he transitioned to ice hockey, making his debut in the UK's Elite Ice Hockey League last season with the Belfast Giants. And joining him will be Patrick Elias, who played over 1,400 games across 20 NHL seasons with the New Jersey Devils. During that time, he collected over 1,100 points and won the Stanley Cup twice. Patrick also represented Czechia in 4 IIHF World Championships and 4 Olympic Games, winning 3 bronze medals. After his retirement in March of 2017, the New Jersey Devils retired his jersey, number 26. Please put your hands together once more for Petr and Patrick.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, it's such a privilege to share this stage with you both. Petr, I'm going to talk to you first because I have to say, transitioning from the football pitch to the ice hockey rink is quite a transition. So how would you say your experience has translated in your new role?
Good afternoon, everybody. I have to say that role of the goalkeeper is pretty similar in both sports. Obviously, when we put the technicality aside, the pressure on performance, not making mistakes, helping the team to make timely saves, the mental preparation, and the game preparation, of course, closing the angles, reflex, reactions. That's everything is there in both games. Obviously, the size of the goal and the puck and the ball is different, and the difficulty of being on the ice and with the skates. You need to. I had to obviously practice that, but at the same time, the experience of playing a high-level sport or top-level sport obviously helped me to transition.
Well, Petter, you know you have athletic genes when you can make the jump from the pitch to the arena just like that. Now, Patrick, I know you're the New Jersey Devils all-time leader in points, goals, and assists. You still hold the franchise record for the most career game-winning goals at 80, a very accomplished feat. What would you say was the key to your success?
Good afternoon also from me. Honestly, I would not believe in myself that it was any possible to accomplish what I did. So along the way, you need people that believe in you, and that starts with family, parents, your close ones, and then you got to have a little bit of luck on the coaches and people along the way, and that's what I had. And to me, what was instrumental was that the one organization I was part of for almost 20 years believed in me.
Fantastic. Now, of course, you both know what success looks like, both on and off the rink. Petter, you won a Euro Cup with Chelsea back in 2012. Patrick, you've won 2 Stanley Cups. So I ask, what's your advice to players looking for success in hockey, particularly with the CHL? Petter, I'll begin with you.
I have to say that, winning any European competition is a special moment. So my advice would be to take the opportunity and be grateful that you can actually play this competition, because you have to qualify. It's a long journey. You have to be successful in your season, then you qualify for the CHL, and then obviously you have to compete with the top teams again. So, you never know how many opportunities you will have to do it. So you have to really make sure that you do the most out of it. And I think it's a fun competition to be involved. And you obviously you're very proud when you win it. And when one day you retire, you look back. I think every player looks back and think, okay, that was the hell of an achievement.
Cherish the moment. Patrick, what's the recipe for success?
You stole my answer.
It's the athlete mindset.
Exactly. Every trophy counts, obviously, and this is a great opportunity for the countries, not only the Nordic and from Czechia, and now we see the new country or new team from Hungary, and it's a great way for them to compare themselves against the top teams in Europe. So as Peter said, just take it in, challenge yourself going forward, and like I said, at the end of the day, you hope that you're going to lift that trophy.
All right, well, we're waiting to see who will lift this trophy. Thank you so much for the advice. And you'll both be back on the stage a little bit later to help with the draw. So appreciate your time once again. And man, we are getting close. I can feel the excitement building. First, though, let's take a look at a short video that explains how the draw procedure will work and how you'll be able to tell which teams will be playing one another as the draw unfolds.
The Champions Hockey League draw. The 24 participating teams will be seeded into 4 pots according to the CHL ranking, which combines their performance in the domestic league and the ranking of the league itself. Pot A will feature the CHL champions and the national champions of the highest-ranked shareholder leagues. Pot B and C will be filled with the other qualified teams from the shareholder leagues, again ranked by their domestic performances and the ranking of the league in the CHL league ranking. Pot D will contain the remaining team from the lowest-ranked shareholder league and the Challenger League teams. All teams out of Pot D will be drawn first. Pot A, featuring the highest-ranked teams, will be drawn last. Each team is drawn against 6 opponents, 2 from each of the other 3 pots. After teams are drawn, they are allocated to predefined positions in the regular season grid. Teams will be allocated their opponents based on a pattern in connection to the positions in the regular season grid. They will always face opponents from the rows above and/or below, and will always play the ones on the left-hand side at home and the ones on the right-hand side on the road. Teams positioned on the edge of the regular season grid will face teams from the opposite end. 2 teams from the same league cannot be drawn against each other in the regular season. With the help of software, potential league conflicts are detected during the draw. The conflicting team drawn will then be moved to the next available position in the regular season grid, and the next team drawn will fill the previous position. After the CHL draw, the complex scheduling process for the regular season takes place, accommodating all the needs of involved parties such as clubs, arenas, broadcasters and leagues. The final schedule is published shortly after the draw on championshockeyleague.com, and the next hockey journey for fans all over Europe can begin.
All right, so that is how the draw will work. And the key thing to remember as teams are slotted into the regular season grid is that each club will play all of the teams in the columns to the left and to the right of it in the grid, except the clubs from the same pot that are in the same row. So again, columns to the left and the right, but not in the same row. I'm now pleased to be joined by Fadri Hollinger, sport manager of the Champions Hockey League, to get the draw underway. And Fadri, I know you were involved in designing the new format last year. So what would you say have been the standout positives from that new format?
Yeah, last season remarkably proved that our new format is based on competitive balance and also the increase of the excitement and the attractiveness. With actually 6 different opponents, teams are able to compare themselves with a wider range of Europe top teams.
Okay, well, thank you, Fadri. We're now ready to get the draw started, and I know you will be standing by if we need any help. Appreciate it. I'd like to welcome back our guest. Jörgen Lindgren will draw teams from Pot A. Patrick Elias will draw teams from Pot B. Petr Cech will draw the teams from Pot C. And Carl Lehiste will kick things off by drawing the first puck from Pot D. Carl, kick us off.
Here we go. First team is from Hungary, Ferevar AV19.
Hervar AV19, we are up and running. Thank you, Carl. All right, so we see it slide into D1. Okay, let's go puck 2 from Pot D.
Puck 2 from Pot D is from Denmark, Sønderjyske Vojens.
Okay, wonderful. And from Denmark, they qualified for this season as the national champions, of course, and 3 previous CHL titles. All right, moving right along, puck 3 from Pot D.
Puck 3 is from UK, Sheffield Steelers.
All right, 2 previous CHL appearances for them. It's their first appearance, though, in 7 years. As Pot D starts coming into perspective here, moving right along, puck 4.
Puck 4 is from Poland, Unia Uświęcim.
9 national titles for them, making their CHL debut. Moving along, puck 5 from Pot D.
Here we go, puck 5 is from Norway, Storhamar Hamar.
8 national titles, 2 previous CHL appearances, and also qualified as national champions. All right, let's finish off Pot D, our 6th and final puck.
Final puck is from France, Rouen Dragons.
Rouen Dragons rounding out Group D. Thank you very much, Carl. All right, moving right along. Petr, we're looking to you. Puck 1 from Pot C.
So first team is from Finland, Lahti Pelicans.
Ah, the Pelicans also qualifying for this season as your 3rd place regular season appearance. 2 previous CHL appearances. Puck 2 from Pot C, Petr.
So this is the difficult one from Czechia, Sparta Prague.
Oh, you nailed it, Petr. Difficult, I'm sure. I'm sure that was really tough for you. 5 previous CHL appearances, 8 national titles. I can't wait to see what this season has in store. Moving right along, puck 3 from Pot C.
From Germany, Straubing Tigers.
Ah, okay. They qualified for this season as your 3rd place regular season finishers. 1 previous CHL appearance. Moving along, puck 4 from Pot C.
From Sweden, Växjö Lakers.
7 previous CHL appearances for them. Puck 4 from Pot C, Petr.
From Austria, KAC Klagenfurt.
32 Austrian titles. Okay, and let's finish up Pot C, puck number 6.
The last one, last not least. From Switzerland, Lausanne IC.
Also qualified with a 3rd place finish, 2 previous CHL appearances. Thank you very much, Petr. I loved it. Okay, so the draw is now halfway through, and as the regular season grid begins to fill up, just a quick reminder for you that each club will play all of the teams in the columns to the left and to the right of it in the grid, except the clubs in the same row. So home games against the teams in the column to the left, away games against the teams on the right. Again, no games against teams from the same pot in the same row. And a reminder, the grid effectively wraps around. So the teams in column 1 will be playing home games against the teams in column 6. Okay, we are rolling along nicely. Patrick, Pot B is next. If you could please draw our first puck from Pot B.
All right, this is going to be a lot of fun.
You've been looking forward to this all day. I know you have.
Well, you guys know you guys been here for the for the rehearsal, so let's go. Okay. First from Germany, Penguins Bremerhaven.
Okay, great start. They qualified for this season with one
practice.
previous CHL appearance. Great start. Puck number 2.
Okay. That's a good one. Let me get the logo. From Czechia, Dynamo Pardubice.
Fantastic. 6 national championships, 4 previous CHL appearances. Moving along to puck number 3 from Pot B.
Okay. From Austria, Red Bull Salzburg.
11 Austrian championships, your 2011 Euro champs, and 8 previous CHL appearances. Patrick, you're rolling along nicely. Puck number 4 from Pot B.
Number 4. Oh, yeah. This is my favorite. Okay. From Switzerland, Fribourg, Gotteron.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
practicing.
That deserves, I'm giving you applause just for that, Patrick. Nicely done. All right.
That's good.
Puck
Great
number
job.
5 from Pot B.
Number 5, we got from Sweden, Färjestad, Karlstad.
Perfect. Oh, although I am hearing we have a clash. If you could explain, Father.
Oh, that's the first one.
It is the first clash.
Yes, we got a clash. We need to place Ilves Tampere on B6 because they cannot face league competitor Lahti Pelicans.
Thank you for explaining. Okay, so that means we are down to our 6th and final puck for Pot B. Patrick? What's it gonna
Okay,
be?
and the final team is from Finland, Ilves Tampere.
Ilves Tampere. They qualified for this season as the regular season runner-up, 2 previous CHL appearances, and 16 national titles. Patrick, thank you very much. All right, we're coming down to the final pot. Jürgen, kick us off. Puck 1 from Pot A.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. I like the energy. This is also the time of the show where a murmur develops amongst the crowd as people are starting to see the season come into fruition.
Better boil this up. No, the first one is from Finland, Tampere, Tampere.
Tampere, Tappara, Tappara, Tampere. That's a lot of T's right there. But yes, 9 previous CHL appearances, 20 national champions for them. Puck number 2.
Second one is Ozelarets Trinec from Czechia.
Good job.
Yes.
Yeah, way to go.
Great job.
Practice.
Osilari Trinitz, 8 previous CHL appearances and 6 national champions for them. Although I am hearing we have a clash, so I'm going to hold.
Yep.
Vadre, I look back to you.
Yes, we have a clash. We need to place Ocelari Cinec all the way down to A5. This because of the constellation of the already drawn team in the regular season grid, as well as the remaining team in Pot A.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, well, with the clash off the system, let's go puck 3 from Pot A now.
This one is from Sweden, Skellefteå AIK.
Perfect. They qualify. Oh, all good. Okay. 8 previous CHL appearances. No clash on that. 4 national champions for them. All right. Puck number 4 from Pot A.
This one is from Switzerland, ZTC Lions.
Ooh, the Switzerlands. I am hearing a clash on that one as my notes fall. So I'm going to turn to Fadri to announce our clash.
Yes, we have another clash. We need to place ZTC Lions Zurich on A4 because they cannot face Fribourg-Gotteron positioned on B4.
Okay, thank you. All our clashes up until the end. We didn't have any clashes to start, but now as we reach the final stage. Okay, moving right along to puck 5 from Pot A now.
Fifth team is from Germany, Eisbären Berlin.
Eisbären Berlin. 6 previous CHL appearances, 10 national titles. Okay, it's starting to come into shape, and now this is when the murmur really starts developing. A lot of people very excited in the front row, I'm seeing as well. Okay, take us
Should I
home.
toss it around a little bit and select
I
one?
don't
Yeah.
know, you could make it more
Let's try-
exciting,
yeah,
give it a little
let's
mix.
try this one. Hopefully it's a match now. And from Switzerland, it's Geneva Servette.
Ah, lovely. 3 previous CHL appearances and also qualified for this season as winners of the CHL. Gentlemen, great job with the pucks. Can we have a round of applause? They really nailed their part. Well done. All right, so our draw has been completed, and man, that was exciting. I can't wait for the action to begin in just over 3 months. Also, a big thank you once again. You all nailed it. Way to go. Okay, so let's give you an example of how to read the draw fixture grid as well. We'll take a look at potentially what the home and away games could look like. And I know I told everyone how to read the draw earlier and that it wraps around in a system. So as you look right here, You have your home games and your away games. So the Straubing Tigers, for instance, with their home fixtures, Skellefteå, and then to their right side, the away fixtures. So they'll have the Lions, Fribourg, Gotteron, and so on. So that's how you read it. Gentlemen, taking a look at the schedule right now, we know it's on the horizon just over 3 months from now. I turn it over to you. Is there a match you're most looking forward to? How are these clashes standing out in your mind so far? Petter, anything jumping off the page?
Well, I was looking at Sheffield's fixtures, so I think they will have some job to do, I think.
I think you're very skilled at that, yeah, okay. What else? Anyone particularly interested about an upcoming match? Patrick, I see you eyeing the board
Am I
here.
reading it right that obviously the Czech team, Třinec, will play Geneva? Am I correct or no?
No.
Oh, you're wrong.
I'm hearing no, so don't worry about me.
We lost our graphic.
I was excited about that match.
We'll get
maybe
back to you.
that'll
We'll
get
make
there.
sure you can circle it in your calendar, and you'll have plenty to look forward to. All right. Well, as mentioned, it's just over 3 months away, and we can't wait. Now, we also, of course, did a viewer poll for everyone watching at home. So do you think we should take a look at the results for a viewer poll? And maybe I'll have you weigh in on that. Because we asked which country viewers think the next CHL champions will come from. So let's see what the results said. Let's take a look. They're going to generate. Okay, This is interesting. So some love for the Swiss, 22%. Czechia with 10%. I don't know if I was expecting that. 16% with Germany, 14% the Finns, 12% for Sweden. Petter, you're nodding your head. Take us inside your mind. What are you thinking right now?
It's quite even, and I think rightly so. When you see the teams in the pots, obviously it's going to be exciting season, and I think very even. So I'm not surprised that the polls are quite even.
Okay, Patrick, do you agree with our viewers at home, or?
I think we're gonna surprise a lot of people this year, the Czech team. So I think our number is gonna be higher.
Okay, and Jürgen, your thoughts?
I think it looks like we talked earlier. I think it's a good mix between all the countries. I think it's getting closer and closer, and that's the competition is all about.
We like competition.
I think it shows in a really good way.
Carl, last but not least, agree with our viewers, disagree?
I agree. It's getting closer, and the gap is narrowing up.
Okay, well, now all we have to do is wait and see how it all unfolds and if our viewers at home will be correct. Well, on that note, that includes the draw. Many thanks again to Petter Cech, Patrick Elias, Jürgen Lindgren, and Carla Histe, and to Fadri Hollinger for all of your help. And thanks to all of you for watching at home and in our audience today. A reminder once again, the new CHL season begins Thursday, September the 5th, and you can visit the official CHL website at championshockeyleague.com for news and information, as well as all the regular season fixtures when they're announced in the near future. Also, be sure to check out the CHL's TikTok channel. You may see these guys make an appearance. We might be doing a TikTok video later on in the day. Thank you once again for joining us, and enjoy the upcoming CHL season.